1, 2.
Welcome to the Mental Reps podcast, featuring your host, Brian Wright.
I heard it at first, and then I went to your website and saw you got your own hot sauces, bro.
Our guest this episode is comedian and actor TJ Miller.
Dude, you gotta believe it. I very strongly believe that celebrities should not put their name on something. They don't really care about it. So I'm a huge hot sauce guy.
Same here.
Yeah, and we got it done.
This week's episode is sponsored by the Field Irish Pub and Eatery, a little piece of island in South Florida.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
You know, I'd love to meet up in Tampa, but yeah, shit is weird right now.
Well, you're coming down here in March, right? Maybe we'll meet up when you come down in March.
As well as elite sanitizing services, keeping South Florida clean and in business.
So what's your approach right now?
So, hot sauce?
No.
Now fade out that fresh as Pete, and let's get this bitch on the road.
Welcome to Mental Reps Podcast. I'm Brian Wright. How we doing? 2020's almost over. That's all I gotta say. Kind of worried 2021 might blow too, but we're gonna make the best of it. Kind of like I did today with this interview. I will get to that in a second. I hope you're happy and healthy. It's a beautiful day in South Florida. Low 60s right now, I think. It's that money time hoodie weather. The Uggs are out, bro. White girls looking like a bunch of Eskimos out here. It is for sure December in South Florida. I love it. Thanks so much for listening, you guys. Watching, sharing with your friends. Like YouTube, streaming, the socials. Just go find us, search our name. And go check out new and improved mentalreps.net. We're giving 50% of the proceeds from the podcast merch sales to an amazing nonprofit called Neighbors for Neighbors. Go check them out. Neighbors, the number 4, neighbors.org. Like, these are top-notch, salt-of-the-earth people we're talking about here. Very hard workers, looking out for those in need. They have dozens of programs that benefit animals, like those in need for a home for the holidays, toy drives for the kiddos, natural disaster relief, help for the elderly, all that COVID-19 relief, so much more. So every time you buy a Mental Reps t-shirt, a mask, a magnet, whatever, 50 cents of every dollar profit we generate is going to Neighbors for Neighbors. I'm really proud of that. It's a small way I can give back to the community. Please be a gem. Go to mentalreps.net, pick something up. I also have a sick comedy show coming up this Wednesday, December 16th. I'm pumped for this, you guys. It's Township Comedy Club, benefiting Neighbors for Neighbors. Friends of the show and beast of a comedian, Michael Lenoci, headlining. He's a Fort Lauderdale boy too, born and raised. Before he moved out to LA, he was opening for Chris D'Elia for years before, well, you know, but he's he's a beast and a good dude from everything I can tell. But also don't sleep on the rest of the lineup. One of Florida's top rising comedians, Gene Harding, will be featuring another friend of the show. I've had him on before. Happy to introduce you guys to this young lady by the name of Jackie Sanchez, who's blowing up down here in South Florida. Super funny. I know some of you guys already know her, but for those who don't, you're going to love her. And Robbie Valls serving as host. Another really funny dude, and I know you're going to love him. I handpicked all these comedians to come back strong at our first comedy show since the pandemic started. I promise you're going to have a blast. And you're going to be contributing to a great cause. Again, all the proceeds from the event going to Neighbors for Neighbors. You'll be helping the community by just coming to be entertained for the night. It's free entry, 2 drink minimum. But again, remember, the more you eat and drink, the more you're going to be generating for the cause. So, you know, come hungry and stuff. They have a great menu at Township. It's downtown Fort Lauderdale. Make your reservations. TownshipFTL.com. That bitch kicks off at 7:30 this Wednesday. Township Comedy Club, benefiting Neighbors for Neighbors. My guest today it's Todd Joseph Miller, aka TJ Miller, actor, comedian. You guys probably know him from She's Out of My League, Silicon Valley, the Deadpool movies, all that good stuff. He many don't know he had a brain disorder, had to have a hemorrhage in his brain removed like several years ago, started literally losing his mind, not knowing what was going on, finally got diagnosed. They had it removed, but that helped fix the issue, but seemed to still have maybe some slight leftovers, a little bit. I don't know for sure, just from the outside, slightly erratic behavior, run-ins with the law, some accusations, but ultimately came out of it alive. I'm always willing to, to give people another chance, especially if there's some potential for like these unprovoked psychological issues that could be spurring on these erratic behaviors. So I wanted to try and give him a shot. Here's the thing, though. Very educated guy. Pops was a clinical psychologist. Mom was an attorney. Got his bachelor's in psychology from George Washington University with a concentration on situation theory and social influence, which makes sense. Went to drama school at Oxford, studied Shakespeare, went to this clown college in Paris, like, Sacha Baron Cohen and all those guys. The whole thing. Really smart, very unique, eccentric guy, very capable of being a dick. But I kind of like and can handle those guys and get along in the right circumstances. I think we need our dicks. But I choose to see the good in people. Hope they rise to the occasion. Like dicks. That wasn't planned. So I just thought, fuck it. Let me see for myself. And he did not disappoint, man. I mean, he did. But he didn't. He's out on this massive stand-up tour right now. You can go see him this weekend, December 11th through 12th. Next weekend, December 18th through 19th in Orlando. Go to improvtampa.com and or theimprovorlando.com for tickets. Very interesting guy. Had quite a bit prepared. We didn't get to any of it. Okay, here's what you need to know going into the interview. First off, this was a hard interview to nail down. We were supposed to do it last week. Some back and forth. Whatever. It happens. I'm reasonable. It's not the first time it's happened and won't be the last. Didn't want to do it on Zoom. He did say, let's get on Zoom. We got on Zoom. Then he said, can't do it. I said, why? I think he said somebody, which I don't want to say just in case, but somebody close to him might not have liked it if he went on video. So I was like, okay. Sounded a little tipsy. Felt like maybe he misconstrued a few things I said. I'm sure I did the same, but this was a weird one. I know he's a bit eccentric, to say the least. I like having these little battles of the wits with like the best of the bets. I went along for the ride, tried to make the best out of it without it letting it get too out of control. Because again, I like the guy. I do think that he's a good dude, but we had a good conversation. But the odd thing, we start getting into his movies. I asked him a question. He answered, and then the screen went blank. Still haven't heard from him. I have not heard back from him. Texted him, emailed him, just disappeared. I have not heard anything about him in the news. I hope that he's okay. I really did try. I want to hear what you all think. Please comment on the YouTube page or email the show, mentalrepspodcast@gmail.com. I have listened to this podcast now once or twice, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I told him I'd absolutely be open to doing a part 2 before he comes back to South Florida in March. Maybe I can get some answers then. I hope you enjoyed this very unique conversation with TJ Miller. But first, TJ said he'd buy me a Guinness. He did. I'm going to hold his kooky ass to that when he comes back down here in March. South Florida's authentic Irish pub and eatery, The Field, official sponsor of MRP. Go to thefieldfl.com, enter code word reps20 for 20% off your entire online order. The Field is my shit, dude. You know, you have that favorite band you love, don't want anybody to know about them, so they don't blow up, they stay your little secret. That's kind of how I felt about them for many years. Honestly, didn't want to tell too many people about it because it's a really special place. Finally broke though, because other people broke, and I just couldn't hold it anymore. And people know about it. They love it. If you haven't been there before, you've got to come and check it out. Now I sing it from the rooftops. This is where I go to forget about the nonsense of the world, man. Pretend like I'm on that Irish hillside somewhere in Dublin. It really is like a little piece of Ireland right here in South Florida. The staff, second to none. Truly. Like most of the staff is from Ireland themselves, so they're all talking with their accents, which really completes the whole thing. Full bars, amazing Guinness on tap, literally the best Guinness I've ever tasted. I don't know how they do it, but it's just true. Taste their Guinness, go somewhere else in South Florida and tell me it's not better. Smithwick's, the Irish car bombs, flowing like wine, plus of course authentic Irish American cuisine, shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, the corned beef, the cabbage, Irish potato soup. But if you're super picky, no excuses. They have steaks, chops, fresh seafood, vegan options. So no excuses for all your emaciated herbivore friends. All right? Live music Tuesday through Sunday. Again, if you're staying in, no problem. Go to thefieldfl.com. Enter code word REPS20 for 20% off your entire online order. I'll also be announcing the next Mental Reps Live very soon. Also, here's another great company run by amazing people. If you're looking for local sanitizing services here in South Florida, call ESS Elite Sanitizing Services. They're state licensed and insured, offering local sanitizing services which kill 99.9% of all the bacteria and viruses, including COVID-19. They actually provided their services to the field. Again, super safe and clean. If you need to keep your property, employees, customers safe and virus-free, let them help keep you in business, keep your employees working. They offer services for schools, churches, medical facilities, offices, aircrafts, yachts, public transportation, restaurants, gyms, homes, vehicles, and a lot more. It's kind of like you're running them through a big Purell machine. And now they're offering free sanitizing to vehicles of all first responders and medical professionals, which I just think is like a really cool thing for them to do. So please give them a call, 1-800-763-4299. Visit them at elitesanitize.com or email them at info@elitesanitize.com. Elite Sanitizing Services, keeping South Florida safe and in business. All right. Thanks for helping pay the bills. Our Mental Rep sponsors, we love you. We will also be launching the Patreon page very soon. I had a few people reach out, said they'd contribute if I had one. So I'm setting it up as we speak. It should be up soon. All right, everybody. I did my best. Did I fuck up? Was it on me? Was it all on him? Maybe a mixture of both. Where did it go wrong? Where did it go right? I'm dying to know what you think of this. Hit up the show. Let me know. Here's my little rap session with TJ Miller. Welcome to Mental Reps Podcast. I'm joined by actor, writer, comedian who's performing stand-up comedy live this weekend.
Not such a great writer, but certainly an actor, yes.
Yes, on the Best Medicine tour that you're on right now. You're in Tampa this weekend, December 11th through 12th. Next weekend in O-Town, on the 18th.
Gotta
and
do
19th.
it. Gotta do O-Town, and everybody's not going to Disney World, so I'm excited about being in that place.
Hell yeah, dude. Go get your tickets right now at improvtampa.com or theimprovorlando.com. It's TJ Miller. What's up, pimpin'? How you doing, dude?
What up, man? And listen, if you guys are thinking about, it seems strange to go out right now. I'm only doing the clubs that are doing it right.
Yeah.
So come, it's comfortable, have a good time, enjoy yourself, drink a little, have some great laughs. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know that the improvs, they're going above and beyond to make sure the air is clean, social distancing.
Yeah, and I think, they're making sure that people come in when they're supposed to. Yeah, they're being very, very careful, safe. And why not? I mean, we want everybody to have a good time.
Hell yeah, man. So where are you right now? Are you in Tampa already?
No, I'm in New York City. Quarantined from my wife, which has its pros and its cons.
How's that going?
It's strange. It's like I met my girl in college, and so now it's a little weird to be away from each other so much. But I think it's really important to, do some comedy, get on the road. I've been in Oklahoma City. I've been in Ohio. I've been basically everywhere you can perform, and people appreciate it. A lot of people are saying, geez, this is the first time I've been out in 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, man.
And that's a huge deal. For me, at least, I'm thinking, wow, so what did you think of your night? Oh, we had a great time. We were out, we were drinking, we were laughing. Oh, wow, it was so fun. And that's what I want to do right now.
Yeah, dude, bring a little bit of that light back into everybody's lives, man. And I know you probably need it as well. I know your buddy Pete Holmes always says, like, his girl, when she can tell that something's a little off, she's like, you need to get back on stage. You need to go and do a set. Like, you need to, she has that intuition.
Oh, now you're getting the. So Kate said, Yeah, for sure. Everything you said, but Pete is a little, he married a fan, you know,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes I have a thing where I have to leave my space and leave my girl behind. And
Mm,
she's not a fan. She's a homie from college. She's a kid that I respect.
that's
She's
beautiful.
fucking cool. Yeah, but I have to say, hey, I'm gonna go do this thing, which is comedy in Ohio.
Mm.
And she's sort of going, yeah, but wouldn't you rather stay here? And I would, I would.
Of
But
course.
it's like I gotta do two things. I gotta make money and I gotta go make people laugh. So that's that. But as far as like, the Pete Holmes of it all, it's like, yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are more concerned with themselves than making strangers laugh. And that's not the case with me. So going out and making people, I'm going out and making people laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you really take that as like a personal calling.
Well, I take it seriously. I mean, I wouldn't, a personal calling would sort of be a bit narcissistic, but no, I take it really seriously. Yeah. Because I think this is a really fucking hard time.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
I really think people are looking in the mirror right now and being like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, man. For
And
sure.
so I would love for them to take a mental vacation for one night. That's it. I
That's
can't
beautiful.
do much more than that. I really can't. And I know that there's a lot of people that are on the front line and nurses, and so I can't do any of that. But
Well, they do what they got to do and you do what you got to do, right?
I can do one thing, which is just take tonight off.
Mm,
That's that.
yeah. I read you. It's just in life in general. I know I've heard you in the past you describe yourself as like a positive nihilist. Do you still kind of feel the same way because you have these opinions on life and what it all means, but you realize the importance in making sure that you enjoy the process?
I'm gonna trip up and ask you, like, where are you at right now? Do you feel, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling like,
No, but I mean, really, listen, these are your listeners.
yeah, man.
So
I feel like honestly, let the cards fall where they may. If there really is some sort of judgment, then I'm okay with letting that take place based off of the life that I lead because I think that I lead a good life and I think that that does matter, putting out good as opposed to negative in the world. I believe there's multiple dimensions, all sorts of things going on that we can't see or detect with our eyes. So anybody who tells you they know exactly what's going on, I think is full of shit. But that's part of the human process, right? Is making sure that you're a positive on this planet as opposed to a negative. So that's kind of just what I try and do is just to be as positive as I can for the people around me and not be like a negative in anybody's life. And then let the chips fall where they may. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
well, I think that's very good, very admirable, right? But
Mm.
you're sort of saying, hey, whatever happens, happens. And that's kind of that doesn't do much for anybody.
Well, I think all I can control is what I do. So what happens with me, I
Right, but
can
that's not
control.
helping anybody else, is what I'm saying.
Well, what if you, by going out and spreading positivity, I kind of do it in my own way. How is it any different from what you do?
Bro, I'm definitely not arguing with you.
I
I'm
know,
saying
bro. We're having a good conversation. I'm not taking an argument at
so
all.
I'm saying no, and I know you aren't. I'm saying, when you say I'm focused on me doing what I do, I'm trying to, well, that doesn't help anybody else, right?
Hmm. I think that it's better that I help myself be the best
Great,
version
but
of
you're
myself.
basically that's a fuck you to everybody else
No, I
in a
think a
sense.
fuck you would be not giving a shit about what you do, and just letting everybody deal with it.
Even but that's just a sense of like, I'm going to take care of me. You take care of you, right? Not a bad thing. Again, definitely not saying to you, hey, what's with that at all? But another thing is that some people will look at me and go, you seem to be putting other people ahead of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how you look at it. And that's tough, right? Because me putting people ahead of me is, that's me and Kate. That's me and my girl.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's tough. It's tough to find out where to land right now with what's going on.
I hear you. I hear you. It's complex, dude. It's complicated. I do think it's good that you're, trying to go out there and bring joy and laughter to everybody's life. And I think
I do a little bit of that, but also, a lot of people are saying, and this is what you're doing, but a lot of people are saying like, oh, geez, get off the stage and get on a podcast or something, what I mean? Do something that we can hear or see or consume, in our homes. And that's kind of a new thing too. Is for me to have people be like, yo, I can't see you live, so do something for me.
What are your thoughts on that?
Online.
Because, that could be a positive thing. Are you not into the podcast?
No, I think no. I think the thing that we're missing here and that a lot of people are seeing is that, we need to be around people. So maybe we don't need to see a person on stage or interact with the person. But the thing I just talked about with my buddy who used to work for Gorburger is like, what if we turn these malls into dating centers?
Okay.
Right? So instead of a PacSun or whatever, it's like a rock climbing gym. And you can be like, hey, you seem cool. Do you want to go rock climbing with me? And then you go and do that.
That's
or
cool.
Whatever.
I don't hate that.
Or by the way, or like a fake fucking roller coaster or something. Like just, it's, and the reason he and I were talking about that is because, that's you can watch a movie at home, but you can't fucking go rock climbing with a Tinder left swipe. Right.
Balance, right? That's where balance comes in.
Well,
There's a little bit of everything, right?
But at least come at like, what do we use this real estate as? And, maybe it's that.
I heard it at first, and then I went to your website and saw you got your own hot sauces, bro.
Dude, you got to believe it. I very strongly believe that celebrities should not put their name on something if they don't really care about it. So I'm a huge hot sauce guy.
Same here.
Yeah, and we got it done. So
I love it. I gotta check it out. I was checking out the Chipotle. Would you?
Where are you right now?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
I'd love to meet up in Tampa, but yeah, shit is weird right now.
Well, you're coming down here in March, right? Maybe we'll meet up when you come down in March.
But so what's your approach right now?
So hot sauce?
No. What are you doing right now to keep creative?
Okay, so I was on the air. I was a radio guy before all this started. Radio took a big hit, got let go, and lately I've been doing voiceovers, help pay the bills. I'm doing this podcast, help the creative outlet, keep in touch with all my community and my peeps.
Yeah, your peeps.
And I do my events. I do live comedy shows. I do a couple different things down here. Try and do it as safe as possible. And just now getting back to the live shows, which is really helpful as far as just helping me keep a roof over my head, but obviously not trying to do it unless it's totally safe. So yeah, it's been interesting.
trying to navigate the whole thing, but I'm hanging in there. I'm glad that I kind of diversified my bonds a little bit. I had some other friends in radio who didn't do anything but radio, and they're kind of fucked right now, which is a bummer.
It is a bummer. And, when you, and by the way, I'm not afraid to get pretty deep here. When you look at those guys and they sort of say, geez, I didn't diversify enough.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
I say it's hard. I mean,
because they made a mistake, but not one that you would have made.
Well, I think that their mistake, if anything, was just putting all their eggs into the radio basket. It's all they knew, and it worked for them for decades or a long time.
Mind you, radio was going down as it was.
But people know in radio, man. If you ask people in radio, they know the risk. They do it because they love it.
Yeah, but do you take some pleasure in the fact that they is that Schadenfreude?
No, I don't. I really don't, man. I mean,
but really,
I'm serious. I don't take any pleasure in it, man.
You don't.
Zero. I swear I'm being honest with you. I mean, there's people that I don't necessarily love. I don't care as much about them as the other people, but for sure I don't want to see anybody lose their job unless they absolutely deserve it. But especially due to the circumstances, like losing it.
No, I think that makes you a good guy, But I do think, we're watching a lot of people around us completely lose their livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe in the beginning or before, we would go, yeah, man, fuck that person, or something like that.
Mm.
Like, enough of that. He's so annoying at the job,
Yeah.
Now we're really looking at people just like dropping off. But I mean, listen to what I'm saying. You didn't really think it through, no one could have.
Oh, but for sure. Yeah.
But you definitely didn't go, well, I'll prepare for this unpreparable thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then you watch other dudes drop off because they prepared less than you.
Mm.
You watch other people, like I am, doing okay because it's not really affecting them. And then you watch you or us look at this and be like, man, we just did not prepare for this. How could we have?
Mm-hmm.
But
now it's time to hustle.
But I got a Zoom background of a fucking bar. I'm looking down the fucking shotgun barrel of Miami doesn't work. And so what is that, And I got my girl uptown, right? Because I'm in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
Got my girl uptown being like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? And I got me sort of going, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, I don't fucking know. But that's not a huge problem. That's not a problem that everybody should be freaking out about. Everybody is having some sort of similar something.
So maybe take some solace in knowing that we're all kind of in the same boat, you mean?
Well, let's just all take a fucking beat.
Yeah.
Take one beat. That's what I tell people on stage. I'm like, take a fucking beat.
Bro,
Relax.
By the way, last night I saw you dismantle this heckler, and it was one of my favorite YouTube videos, man. I don't know what it is about watching comedians fuck with hecklers, but it's very gratifying. I thought that you did it beautifully. What are you running into out on the road now? Are people being cool? Are people being shitty? What are you seeing out there at your comedy shows?
Well, I think it's a catharsis. By the way, thank you so much for your patience and hooking up the interview. Truly.
Oh, dude, no problem, man. No problem. Like I said, we'll link up when you come down here for your shows in March.
So I think I think people are upset. People are really upset. And I would be as well. I am. But they kind of want to fight a little bit, and I always for some reason garner kind of like a fighting mentality. But
do you think some of that comes from your education in psychology?
no, I think they want to fight. I think, they see me joke around with hecklers, and so they want to. No, I think they want to fight, and I think
Mm.
now more than ever they really, really are angry.
Mm.
I mean, I would be also. It's a very angering time. So what they do is they come at me, and it's usually late in the weekend, and they're drunk, and they come at me, and I try and handle it, and they just want to push. They're like, if you know what, fuck you, man, fuck this whole thing, fuck Arizona, man, fuck. And so I sort of have to navigate that. I have to see what is that exactly, what do you want to, and then I make my way through that. But they get to the point where they're like, hey, fuck, man, fuck this. It's really crazy, but that is what I'm working against. Is I'm working against a population, and again, not to get too serious with you, but I'm working against a population that is really upset.
Yeah.
They're really upset with what's going on, and so I've got to sort of do my best with that.
But I think that you are. I mean, I've heard a couple people just saying from going to shows and everything, it seems to be a good vibe when people are out there at your shows. So I definitely encourage everybody to go out and check them out this weekend in Tampa, next week in Orlando. I think there might be people going out with a certain energy, but from what I've seen going out, I really do believe that a good chunk of the people are just happy to be out and just want to have a good time.
Yeah, but you're in Florida, man. I mean, that's the other thing I was going to ask you is like, what do you think about where you are? Like, nobody's paying attention to what's happening.
No, Florida
Tell your
is.
listeners. No, tell your listeners what is going on. Do you guys do they really think this isn't happening?
No, I think that they do think it's happening, but bro, this is. I mean, all you can say is Florida, because this has been a thing.
But you
I used to
can't,
cover
because
news.
they're not stupid.
No, they're not stupid. They're trying to make
you're
this
not
political.
stupid either.
They're politicizing it. You know that. That's all that is. They're politicizing.
Yeah, but barely even. I think you're not stupid either. I just don't understand. I saw this in Arizona. I do not understand why people are like, fuck it. That's really what it is. It's not, you're not stupid. You're not denying it. You're not politicizing it. They really are like, man, fuck this. Fuck it.
I think.
So why is that happening? Why are the people surrounding you, why are they saying that? Why are they like, fuck it?
First off, I think it's just a weird temptation of people liking to think that they're in the know, like there's some conspiracy that everybody's just buying into some bullshit that everybody's telling us and going along with it, and they want to be some maverick who fights the system and doesn't believe. Like, I think honestly that's what a good amount of people are thinking. Just like, all these people throw up their hands, they're just so easily distracted or whatever, and it's like they're not getting that this isn't something that's people doing weird things in the name of politics. This is kind of a much bigger global thing that you can argue what the roots are, but just wear the fucking mask.
Yeah, but you even, it's not a bad thing, but you even were like, who knows where the roots are of it. It's me wanting to hang up on you.
Why?
It is. It's me wanting to be like, man, fuck this guy, and that's totally the wrong decision. It's you being like, well, who knows if it's really a conspiracy or not?
No, I'm talking about whether.
Bro, I'm not talking about what you think about it and if it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you, it is a bizarre situation where geographically you live in a place and I live in a place where you are, because you're smart, obviously. You really are. No, and your listeners know too. Okay.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Buddy.
Were you? Yeah, real sweet, real fucking sweet, real, real fucking sweet.
I like this. This is good. This is good.
You are quietly, because you're smart, being like, who knows what the root of that is? And I am quietly being like, you guys are fucking crazy. I'm not going to go, you're a QAnon guy. And you're not going to go, you're a fucking Antifa liberal guy, right?
No.
But quietly, both of us are like, you're wrong, right? You are like, you're wrong. And I am like, right, you're wrong. But there's a serious fucking problem here. Because
for sure.
You and I totally, in real life, would get along. We would have fucking fajitas, chill out, all of it. We really would. We'd have a good time. I'd fucking buy you a Guinness. It'd be amazing.
Oh, right? Bro. Best Guinness in the land down here.
But you, to me, are completely crazy. You are absolutely out of your fucking mind. You're in an alternate reality. And you are so fucking stupid that I wouldn't spend 5 minutes talking to you. Okay.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. The issue is no. That's exactly it. The issue is you look at me and you're like, you dumb fucking idiot.
Why would you think that? Damn, you are dark. You're dark, bro.
It's bro. It's right. You are like, this fucking guy bit the line, hook and fish. He's some dumb fucking liberal. It doesn't even have to be that. Hollywood shit. It's not that. Some fucking idiot that just will swallow whatever the fuck CNN is telling him, right? And it has to be that because that's why you and I just don't see eye to eye.
But otherwise,
it isn't. You don't disagree with me. I don't disagree with you. I really don't
hear what you're saying.
I really don't, because I'm a centrist. I really don't disagree with you. I really hate Hillary Clinton.
Well, I was just more or less trying to wrap my head around why people were doing things, not really even getting into my own opinions that much, but just like you asked the question. Well, don't let me interrupt you. Go ahead. You're talking about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, because everybody wants to talk about her.
No, I don't. We don't have to talk about her at all.
Me either. No. But I think, that's where we've headed to, and that's where we are. It's like, yeah, I mean, you don't. And I'm going to go this far, and I'm not sure anybody will. I'm going to go this far to say that, like, nobody gives a fuck about Joe Biden. Nobody's like, yay, Joe Biden. It just didn't happen.
No.
But that's where we are. And it's bizarre and it's weird. But I don't give a fuck who's the president. I'm really frustrated with the fact that I'm going to Florida to talk to people who don't agree with me and who I don't think it's important to disagree with.
I hear that. I hear you, dude. Listen, it's we have to share the planet with other people, man. Like, this is the whole deal, and finding the best way to go about doing that is the trick, right? So I get where you're coming from, and
but the problem is you guys are wrong. America is not what you think it is, and our problem is
you're saying you collectively, like the Floridians as a whole. We just don't.
Yeah. No, not just the Floridians.
Okay.
Like, you guys are wrong, and the problem is that I'll reverse it. The problem is that we think that you're wrong because you're probably right. You are probably right that America should be what you guys think it should be, but it's not. You're wrong. You guys totally fucked it up. You really fucked it up. No, I'm serious. Like,
No, I know. I know.
You totally fucked it up. You elected the wrong fucking sociopath. He's crazy, whatever. But
Yeah.
the only reason that you can trust me to come and talk to everyone
Mm-hmm.
is that we did not get it right. Hillary Clinton was not the right thing. She's a fucking cunt.
Yeah, she is.
Horrible.
She's not a good person. And Joe Biden, guess what? We're gonna end up back in a brand new war.
By the way, actually, fuck him. Forget him. I don't care about him. But it is such a frustration for the American people. I don't know why I'm getting so political. Just
You're good, dude.
for us to have to, why do we have to decide between these two things? And I think that's why Florida is like, fuck you, New York. And New York is like, Florida's a bunch of fucking idiots.
I'll tell you what it is, man. Republicans look at it, at least so the Republicans I know down here look at it. They don't like people telling them what to do or how to think. They think that Democrats try and have like a monopoly over the definition of things. And a lot of people don't like that, whether it's right or wrong. And I think that that's where a lot of this, well, fuck you, I'm going to do this instead, comes from. People have different opinions, and anybody telling them, well, this is the way it is, even if they're right. And if we all agree with them, some people don't like that. At least that's the best way I could describe it.
I don't know you that well, but I think that you're probably progressive, but you also probably hate Democrats. And
I hate politics. I hate politics.
You do not have to explain that. I would agree with you. I would be on your side going, I'm progressive, but fuck this Democratic agenda, right?
Yeah, in the middle, independent.
And I'm sure your family is like, why are you being rogue with regards to this or that? So my issue right now is like, it's not an issue. It's just like, we didn't win. We didn't present any cogent argument about why the Democratic Party should take over. We didn't put anything forward that,
because it's not him. That was all I kept hearing. And it's like, okay.
We fucked it up.
Yeah, did a little bit. Don't even get me started on the DNC and Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
We
and
really screwed it up, you know?
Yeah,
and all this LGBTQ stuff, it's totally crazy.
The Democrats are a big part to blame, though, for what they did. The DNC pushed Bernie out so Hillary could get the nomination. And fucked everything up.
That wasn't the idea. The idea was not LGBTQ, QRS, whatever. That was not the idea. But somehow we got pushed into that corner, and we totally fucked it up. And so, you know, it's you and it's me that are centrists looking at these far left, far right contingents going, what happened? Why are we here? You don't represent anything and they just lost. Just both lost.
Yeah, dude. It can be very frustrating as somebody who's in the middle.
Trump lost, Hillary lost, Biden lost.
Everybody thinks their person is going to fix everything. It's like, I worry about Kamala Harris.
By the way, we had a shot, you know. It's really tough to aggrandize. That's wrong. It's really tough to aggregate capitalism and idealism. I think it's really tough. We're really asking people to put two different ideas dialectically against themselves. And I just think that we are so proficient at capitalism, and we are so without skill when it comes to idealism. I think it's a disaster. And I got to tell you, man, I think my fucking wife is like out of sorts because of it. It's a huge fucking problem, you know? And that's that. It's like we can't fix it right away, but that's a huge problem.
Well, the Romans really perfected this, man. I mean, when it was an issue of having slaves, let them build the Colosseum and let them see
empire fell.
Yeah, I'm just saying, when you get people to capitalism and as opposed to having slaves, you just give people the illusion of this ultimate freedom, but you get them to build everything. It's all on their backs, and then you control and fuck them over on the back end. I think there's a lot of that going on, and for sure, it's not all just like, we get what we deserve. That's kind of, I'm used to that argument in media. It's like, well, why are you giving us all this garbage? And well, why are you watching it all? Because we put good shit out there and you're not watching it, but all the dog shit and the trash, you're watching it. So what is it? Is it our fault for putting it on, or your fault for watching it? That's kind of the age old battle. And you could take that into politics, where I definitely think it's more sinister.
You can do the Lincoln shit, but he still got fucking assassinated.
This is true. Look what happened to JFK. Talking about journalists needing to.
Bro, if you want to go toe to toe, I'll take it there.
Bro,
my girl was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I'm telling you, there's one other person that was smarter than Trump, and it was Hitler, and he was real fucking smart. So you want to get down to the get down, fine, but he didn't succeed. So there's a problem.
Oh, for sure.
There's a problem where autocratic fake democracy doesn't work. There is a problem where we don't quite know how to govern people.
That's for sure.
But I sure as fuck am not going to walk into a room and be like, you should all listen to me.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Because I'm a Democrat. That might be wrong.
Dude. All right.
Really, that's the first time I've thought that might be wrong. I should maybe be an aristocrat.
Dude, I think thoughts like that are good, man. Keeping a little mental inventory, making sure that you're on the right track and not part of the wrong. I like the way that you think, TJ. I appreciate it. I don't think that you're just trying to be a contrarian or devil's. I think that you put some thought into these things, and it's what you believe, and I can appreciate that, dude. I think that you're right. We probably would get along pretty well. And I just wanted to ask you a couple things before you get out of here. People obviously know you from the stand-up, the movies. First time I think I saw you was in She's Out of My League, which I think that was one of the last big comedies on DVD. I feel like everybody I fucking knew had that movie on DVD. Really enjoyed that. Whose idea was it to put the Hall & Oates band in that movie?
I mean, that was all the director.
But you executed it fucking money.
Well, yeah, it was, and he was English, you know, he was, he's a British guy. So.
Copy that. Uh-oh.
And that's where I lost him. Again, haven't heard from him since. I hope all is well. Genuinely, I hope he's healthy. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. Please be honest. Comment on social media or email the show, mentalrepspodcast@gmail.com. Go to Mental Reps. There you'll find all the links to the social media, all the streaming sites, all the merch, which 50% of the proceeds from the sales of go to Neighbors for Neighbors. And that's it. I love you all. If you hear from TJ, let me know. And if you're in Tampa this weekend, go check out his shows. Same for next weekend in Orlando. Thanks for listening. Until next time, keep your